Good morning. Good morning, all. And to all, a good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Oh, geez. Good morning. Johnny Z, John Zook, I'll take care of that right after. I just saw it. I'll take care of it right after. Let me see. Who's here this morning? Four Leaf. Four Leaf. Four Leaf. Will you, Four Leaf, will you do a giveaway for us today? Figure something out. 9:30. 9:30, do a giveaway. We're going to give away supplementary supplements from the Lake Ozark guy. What do you think? Can you do that for us? You figure out the giveaway this morning. I don't care what you do or how you do it. Does that sound like a lucky idea, Four Leaf? Talk to me. You got it. Okay. Around 9:30, once there's more people here. Okay? And we'll get you going on that. Okay, let's watch a couple of really cool videos that Free the Ancient One sent me. Okay? Free the Ancient One. That's perfect, Four Leaf. Look for someone lucky. Okay? Free the Ancient One sent me a couple of these. These are really good. So let's watch them together, and then we'll get started here. Make sure my volume's up. Okay. Let's get started here.
When a tree is cut down in the forest, other trees reach out to the victim with their root tips and send life-saving sustenance, water, sugar, and other nutrients via the mycelium. This continuous IV drip from neighboring trees can keep the stump alive for decades and even centuries. And they don't only do it for their own kind, they do it for the trees of other species. Why? Is it because they know that their lives depend on the health of the whole forest, and even on beings very different from themselves? Is it possible that the trees can think in longer terms than we do? When a tree is cut down in the forest,
one more time,
other trees reach out to the victim with their root tips and send life-saving sustenance, water, sugar, and other nutrients via the mycelium. This
what a beautiful
continuous
stump.
IV drip from neighboring trees can keep the stump alive for decades and even centuries. And they don't only do it for their own kind, they do it for the trees of other species. Why? Is it because they know that their lives depend on the health of the whole forest, and even on beings very different from themselves? Is it possible that the trees can think in longer terms than we do? When a tree is cut down in the forest...
I love trees. I absolutely love trees. I think I like mushrooms too. Watch this one.
One of the craziest things about being an American is the fact that the largest living organism on Earth is actually in our country, and yet no one ever talks about it. The Malheur National Forest in Oregon is home to the largest living organism on Earth. It's called a honey fungus. It is a single organism that's over 3 miles long and over 8,000 years old. Yes, it's ancient. It is a giant mushroom, and the reason no one talks about it is because it's completely underground. Now, I want to tell you about the mycelium conspiracy theory. It's this idea that mushroom might actually be the most dominant life form on Earth, secretly controlling everything. Animals, humans, ecosystems. Now, this is just a conspiracy theory. But the thing is, we know for a fact that mushrooms do control other animals.
Creepy.
There's this species of fungi called cordyceps that literally are known to use mind control. After they infect an insect, their mushrooms begin to grow outside of the skeleton of the insect. And then they literally use mind control to direct the insect where to go so that way they can reproduce even further. And just a few years ago, this scientific paper came out that basically said that scientists have now seen that mushrooms might actually have consciousness. The more I learn about mushrooms, the more convinced I become of their intelligence.
I'm gonna run this one more time.
Might find out that they're actually smarter than we are. One of the craziest things about being an American is the fact that the largest living organism on Earth is actually in our country, and yet no one ever talks about it. The Malheur National Forest in Oregon is home to the largest living organism on Earth. It's called a honey fungus. It is a single organism that's over 3 miles long, over 8,000 years old. Yes, it's ancient. It is a giant mushroom, and the reason no one talks about it
8,000
is
years
because it's
old.
completely underground. Now, I want to tell you about the mycelium
Jeez.
conspiracy theory. It's this idea that mushroom might actually be the most dominant life form on Earth, secretly controlling everything: animals, humans, ecosystems. Now, this is just a conspiracy theory, but the thing is, we know for a fact that mushrooms do control other animals. There's this species of fungi called cordyceps that literally are known to use mind control. After they infect an insect, their mushrooms begin to grow outside of the skeleton of the insect. Then they literally use mind control to direct the insect where to go, so that way they can reproduce even further. And just a few years ago, this scientific paper came out that basically said that scientists have now seen that mushrooms might actually have consciousness. The more I learn about mushrooms, the more convinced I become of their intelligence. You think one day we might find out that they're actually smarter than we are? One of the
One day? What do you mean one day? Pops figured that out about 4 years ago. Said, you know what, these little fungus guys brought me some humility. Some humility, that's for sure. The more humble I was, the better my mushrooms started growing. I'm still not as humble as I need to be. I bet you I could grow a mushroom that'll last 8,000 years old if I just be a little more humble. Gosh, that's doing something right there. Those were good, weren't they? Give me 5 people that thought those were pretty good. Good little clips. Free the Ancient One sent those to me last night, and I was like, brilliant. Hit the like buttons, you guys. 48 people here, 16 likes. Huh? HB, great question. Secret Santa giveaway, which includes a regift. The Secret Santa regift giveaway. Okay? You send your address to Niffer Mama. She's usually here just a little bit later here this morning because she gets stuff. She's at work in the morning. Niffer Mama. So reach out to Niffer Mama. Either she'll send you her email or an IG page, and you can send her address there, your address, and there's Niffer Mama right there. Okay? Niffer Mama, make yourself available somehow. Okay? Make yourself available. iDucks, we don't know you well enough to ask you to be our moderator, but we'll love you, and if you keep coming around, we'll find something for you to do for sure. Find me on IG or ask Pops for my email. So there you go. If you find her on IG, and it's under Niffer Mama. That's her name. Niffer Mama. Okay? Oh, Bill. Someone help Bill get on IG. He's of my generation. That stuff doesn't come natural for us. Okay? Somebody help Billy D. Okay. So, thank you for understanding, Ducks. Okay, so the week right after New Year's, when we get together here, we'll reveal our Secret Santa stuff. So we have you need to get your addresses into Niffer Mama by, let's say, Monday. Okay? By Monday. Let's try to get it in by Monday to her address, to her. And then slowly she'll get addresses, and she'll get addresses out to everybody that gave her an address. And that'll be your Secret Santa person. We're not going to spend more than $10 real money. But you can make anything you want. You could give Pop your car, or you can regift something. Okay? I'll take a truck too. All right? You can regift your car or your truck to Pops. All right? It'll replace his Rolls Canardly. I'm joking. Don't anybody give me a car. Don't anybody give me a car. But I will take the boat, Mr. Phillips. Okay, I'll take the boat. No, I don't need anything except your love, baby. Okay? The only thing I need is the White Ford Escape, baby. I don't want a white Ford Escape, okay? I don't even want a Rolls Canardly anymore. Hey, brain surgery. Brain surgery. I got a lot of information about a brain all of a sudden. There are no receptors, pain receptors in our brain. So when we undergo brain surgery, our brain feels no pain at all. That's creeping me out. I want to feel pain up there. Like, if you're going to hurt my brain, I want to know. What is it? Just some goo? Some gray goo? Like, oh, you can touch it, poke it, squeeze it, slice it. We don't even know it's happening. No pain receptors. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of weird. How about this? Where was that one? What's a greater indicator of success? What's a greater indicator of success? Huh? Discipline or a high IQ? Discipline or a high IQ? Which is a greater indicator of success? The guy with the discipline or the guy with the high IQ? Tyler thinks, Sandy thinks, Nippy thinks, Nerdy. You guys are all thinking discipline. You guys are all thinking it's discipline. Well, by golly, by gosh, you're right. And then we've got old Straighty taking it to another level. He's saying it's a disciplined IQ. What is that? What the heck is a disciplined IQ? I'm confused. Wow. You ever felt like you're bloated? You ever felt like, right? That is right, Shy. I like what Shy said. Doesn't matter how intelligent you are if you never show up. Yep. Gotta show up to grow up. I just made that one up. Okay? Sue, sometimes you gotta be a dumbass. No, you don't, Sue. Have you ever felt bloated? That's because your bladder can hold up to 12 ounces of fluid at one time. Just saying that makes me want to go pee. Okay? Just because I said that out loud makes me want to pee. How about this one? This is weird. You want to get somebody's attention? I figured this one out back in the day when I was dating. Bar pops. Who goes to bars to pick up girls anymore? Do they still do that? I'm not even joking. Do they? It's all on the internet or something, right? You don't go to a bar to pick up on someone. You go to a bar, you have a drink with a pal, and you play a game of pool, and you get out of there. Who goes to a bar to pick up Back in the day, do you remember? They were like Friday nights. Thank God it's Friday. Meat markets. Remember meat markets? First time someone said it was a meat market. I don't want to go to a meat market. Then they said, no, it's not M-E-A-T, it's M-E-E-T. Meat. I'm like, oh, a meat market. Count me in. Taco. I don't have the drip. Is that what's missing? Matthew, you creepy Chicago boys called them sausage factories? That's creepy. I gotta tell you right now, I'm not okay with that. Meat, M-E-E-T market, boom. You're not being disrespectful for one moment. Who picks up meat? Matthew, you're out of line. Okay. Meat markets. No, that is what I'm talking about. Back in the day, what was your favorite pickup line? What was your favorite pickup line? You know how many men gagged out ladies with a dumb pickup line? These poor ladies here have heard them all. I can't even imagine I can't even imagine these poor ladies. They've heard them all. Hey, haven't I seen you here before? What's a cool one? Are there good ones? Just straight up, hey, babe, what's your sign? Come on, 70s. Come on, 70s. No. No, I'm not doing a 70s pickup line. Nipper's like, I hate pickup lines. I know girls do. Cleanie just walked right up and said, hey, my name's Cleanie. I'd like to date you. Okay? Love your nails. You must be a Libra. Kim, that worked. That worked. Matthew, stop it. Put the sausage away. What? Nippy, pretty much. Well, Cleanie, you did a good job. What's a... Oh, nerd. Nerd, that's good. Nerd, that's good. No, that's really good. Is your father a police officer? You got fine written all over you. Okay. Oh no. Herbie just, hey baby, you want to get high? Want a line? You got fine written all over you. My favorite was, you want a line? I know, Nippy, I was thinking the same thing. Oh, I can't believe it. We're evil. Let's get evil for about 3 more minutes, and then we won't be evil for the rest of the day, okay? Herbie, you want a bump? Oh, no. I never called it a bump. No, I refused. That wasn't Southern California cool. Okay? Oh, jeez, MVP. Okay. Why am I talking about pickup lines? Because, guys, you didn't know this. Right, Paige? Bump's got bump written all over it. You guys didn't know this, men. We should have been taught this in date school. When we were learning our pickup lines and we were getting our first coaching, we didn't know this. But if you approach a woman on their right-hand side, or a significant other, a partner, somebody that you're attracted to, on your right-hand side, and you're going to give them a line, a pickup line, it's better to put it in the right ear than the left ear. Is that true, or is that a myth? It's better received in the right ear than the left ear. Is that true, or is that a myth? Tell me what you think, and then I'm going to read which one it is. Left ear, right ear, or neither, it doesn't matter. It's got to be a good line. Okay? Is it true? Is it true, or isn't it? Don't Google it. No Google. Okay? No Google. Okay. It happens to be true. It happens to be. Oh, Mike Barbell, I see what you're doing there. It sounds right. I get what you're doing there, Mike. That was a good one. When in loud surroundings, people will more likely try to hear something that's whispered into their right ear over their left ear. She'll listen. Loud surroundings, we're in a bar. They lean in with their right ear, so they're more likely to listen and hear it with their right ear as opposed to the left one, according to a study in 2009. It's also part of the study that people are more likely to do what you want them to do if you speak it into their right ear. How come you're always standing on my right-hand side, hon. That's crazy. It's a true story, though. They've done a study on it. Right ear, I'm going to do what you want. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to listen better. Left ear, I'm feeling independent over there. Okay? And that's assuming all of our ears are working correctly. I would almost, it's coming more close to severe. I had about 40% hearing loss in my left ear from working on the flight lines in the Marine Corps. All that jet engine business, and we didn't have great ear protection back then. And even if we did, I'm sure Pops wasn't wearing it. So this ear is not nearly as, can't hear nearly as well as my right ear. So that doesn't count to me, but that's an interesting factoid. Who said it, Corey? That was a pro tip for you guys out there that are still trying to get them to pay attention. Approach from the right-hand side, okay? Approach from the right-hand side. I'm going to read 2 or 3 more of these, and then we have stuff to do. Ooh. How important is our big toe? How important is our big toe? Woo! Our big toe carries 40% of our body weight. 40% of our body weight is in your big toe. Does that mean the left one's holding 40 and the right one's holding 40? So that's 80? Or is it 40 together? And the rest is spread. I don't get it. It doesn't tell me if it's both toes together or a single toe gets a 40. Which do you think? Single toe or is that a double toe? Not sure. Do you have a third eye? Cleany's saying that it's the 2 together. Big toes together get you the 40. Okay, Brian, Greeny, I like my math too. Yeah, I round it off. I round stuff off all the time. It was kind of a problem when I went to the bar. I'd get her phone number. She'd say it's 833-7878. And I'd round it off, 833-7000. I'd go home, I'd call her. Who? There's no Alice here. I didn't know any better. I was rounding them off so I could remember the number better. But it doesn't work. You can't round off pickup numbers. Okay? Greenie, it doesn't work. Okay, so how about this? Did you know our third eye? Third eye. We all have heard about the third eye. I kind of want one. I want to be able to peel it back. Oh, poop, not let everybody know. So I could not be so alien. But once in a while, when I'm meditating and I'm actually working on my tubs and stuff, it wouldn't be bad to peel back the third eye. Just, you know what I'm talking about? Third eye. We actually have something very close to that. We have something very close to that right here. I didn't know this before. It's a true story. Listen to this. We have a magnetic bone in our heads. Magnetic bone right here. Where does it say? It's a magnetic bone within your head right here. It's located above your nose, where some think your third eye is situated. And it's called the ethmoid bone. Ethmoid. E-T-H-M-O-I-D. Ethmoid. We have an ethmoid bone right here. It's magnetic. And because it's magnetic, that's what gives us our sense of direction. That's our little GPS locator in there. Boop, boop. I can always kind of tell which direction. I have good sense of direction. I have a really good sense of direction. I must have a very strong ethmoid bone. I feel like you could drop me in a corn patch in Iowa and I can figure out a direction really easy. I'm not a get lost type. I've always been pretty lucky. I think my ethnoid bone has been running the show for a long time and I didn't even know it. Okay? Do any of you blush? Corey, isn't that cool? We have a magnetic bone in our, we're basically a compass. Beep, beep, beep. I'm starting to hear it beep. Seriously, lately I've been hearing a very slim beep noise. I'm starting to figure out why now. Kidding. No beep. Okay? Men have a larger magnet. You're right. We never get lost. Ever. Honey, would you just pull over and ask somebody? I'm not lost. Hour and a half later. Honey, can we just drive by and go through the gas? Can we just go ask somebody? Ask what? We're almost there. What's wrong? Why do we do that? Why can't I be wrong? Why can't I just pull over and ask? What? Directions are for amateurs. That's right. Us professionals, we can get lost anytime we want. Oh, gosh. I don't know why we do that. Asking for directions is a weakness. What a terrible cultural program we received. Why? Why is it? It's true, but why? I don't want that weakness. Oh, gosh. I use my ethnoid bone. That's all I need. You guys are cracking me up this morning. Okay, one more thing. Okay, I know, Kim. GPS has probably saved a few marriages at this point. If you think about it, GPS has probably saved a few marriages. I'm just saying. Okay? Oh, it was weird growing up. My mom always drove. When we were going places, my mom was always the driver. My dad would just cool it in the passenger seat. We were the only family in the 60s and the 70s that the dad didn't drive. It was like, no, get in the car, kids. My dad would get in the passenger side. Like, my mom did all the driving, and my dad just cooled it out. You know, or just checking things out. I was like, no 60s or 70s dad let the mom drive. Okay? To this day, you can drive. I don't need to drive. Okay? My pops was pretty OG about that, Tony. Okay, that was so uncommon, notorious. I'm telling you, I was embarrassed. We wouldn't want to go play. Oh no, your mom's driving? Like, yeah, she always drives. Okay? He just chilled it, okay? And there were a 5-pack in the back seat because there were 6 kids. And my baby sister would sit in the front between my mom and dad. And the 5 of us would sit in the back seat. There was no such thing as seat belts. Okay, there was seat belt. What? Don't even try to pull a seat belt out on me, pal. Okay? Can you imagine 5 freaking rugrats lined up in one bench seat in the back seat? Oh, man. Mom driving. Little baby in between. Pop's chilling. Here comes the Kirby clan. I'm just enjoying that memory. Okay, I'm going to do one final thing, and then I'm going to get out of here. Are we there yet? I remember one time, this is a true story. We went to the theater. Okay, so we go to the theater. And I forget what it was, Mary Poppins, who knows. So the whole family, we never did that as a family, but one Saturday or something, we're going to go to the theater and watch a movie. So we come out of the movie theater, and Mom was a pro at being able to bring the popcorn in, popcorn in the handbag, candy bars, because she wasn't about to spend 6 kids worth of snack bar. So here we are, we're watching our movie, whatever. Time to go. Come on, kids, it's time to go. We get in the car in the parking lot and we're driving home. We're driving home. And one of the kids in the back seat says, "Hey, Mom, we forgot Renee." My sister Renee. She's driving. She goes, "Oh, that's a good one." My dad's in the front seat. He goes, "Oh, that's a good one." Neither parent took the 1 second it would have taken to turn around and count the back seat. They thought we were joking. They thought when we were telling them that my sister was missing, that we were joking. They didn't even look, Billy D. We pull into the driveway at home, and the kids are pouring out of the car, and my mom's, "Hey, where's Renee?" And we're like, "We told you, Mom. We've been saying it all the way home. We've been telling you." My mom and dad have to put us all back in the car, drive back to the theater, and my sister Renee was hanging out in the girls' room at the theater because she didn't know what to do. So they're looking around for the little girl, and they find her hiding in the bathroom. So yeah, my mom and dad, today they would go to jail. They would go to jail for that. All right, and you couldn't even imagine the terror of going back. And like, we don't know where Renee is. You know, to this day, we still tell that story about poor Renee. She's like, they forgot me. Like, how do you forget one of your kids? And then after that, we had a counting system. From then on, we had to count off. Okay? It's a true story. From then on, we had to count off. 1, getting in the car. 2, I was number 3. 3, we had to say our number. My parents, they don't even turn around. As long as they hear up to 5, we're good. I can't believe my childhood. This was a good childhood. I'm count off. 1, 2, 3. What parents number their kids? Okay? What parents number their children? And it's not like my parents did the counting. They made us count. Okay. I don't know why I had to tell that story right now. You guys made me. I'm going to tell you a final thing about your weird body. Okay? I'm glad I wasn't number 3 as well, Derek. I mean, number 2. I was number 3. Okay? What is that true, Paige? We left our sister at the worst part is our parents not believing us all the way home. It's like, why don't you turn around and count? Okay? Final thing. Your cheeks turn red when you blush. Yeah. Okay. That happens. I never knew this before. Did you know that when my cheeks are blushing, my stomach is blushing too? Our stomach blushes. Just the same as our cheeks, but we just don't see it because we're usually not walking around naked blushies. Did you know that? Our stomach is blushing when our cheeks are turning red. Our tummy is too. Your cheeks turn red when you blush, and the same exact thing happens to your stomach. Blushing causes capillaries all over the body to widen for higher blood flow. And because capillaries are near the surface, it causes a red coloration. Blushing is just more noticeable on the cheeks than on the stomach. But all of those capillaries are turning red, right at the surface there. That's crazy. I didn't know that one. Did you know that our tummies are blushing? Feed me. I'm shy, but I'm blushing. You have a cute stomach. It's blushing. Okay, get out of here, Pops. Patience. Do you guys have patience? Or are you working on it like I am? Let's cover patience. Those were some good rando factos this morning. Good rando factos, right? Did, who's doing the giveaway? Four Leaf? Four Leaf. Four Leaf, do your giveaway situational, okay? Shy, I have to work on it too. But I don't mind it. There's parts of, like, the better I'm getting at it, the more I don't mind. Check this out real quick. Virtue, remember we were saying, is patience a virtue or is patience a skill? And at the end of the day, I think it's both. But I think it's a skill that we can practice. I think it's something that we can develop. If it's a virtue, it's certainly one that we can get more virtuous at. Virtue and skill are both difficult, and they require overcoming obstacles. But they have some key differences. Okay? Looks like I'm skipping past the mycology for today, but that's okay, because I want to cover patience. And we'll get back. I have some really neat... Who wants to learn here about how to make tinctures? The reason I'm picking tinctures as a topic is because it takes patience. If you want to make mushroom-based tinctures, it's easy, but it takes patience. So tomorrow we're going to show you guys how, or discuss how to make tinctures. So if you have stuff around that you're trying to turn into a long-term soluble solution, tincture is the way to go, but it takes patience. So I thought I'd talk about patience first, and then we're going to talk about some things in mycology that take more patience than other things. Okay? Virtue and skill. In nature, virtues are learned, while most human dispositions are innate. Faking, it's nearly impossible to fake a skill, but it is possible to appear virtuous. I never thought of that. You can't fake a skill, but you can fake a virtue for a little while. You'll always get found out, but anybody know a guy that's faked a virtue or two? Yeah. Giving up. Giving up. Sometimes it's a skill to let go. That's interesting. We were never taught that. We were taught never give up. There's some things we should give up. Never! Don't give up! Don't quit! There's some things we really should. It's a skill to know the difference. Skills are external. Virtues are internal. A virtue is a trait of excellence, including moral, social, or intellectual traits. A skill is an ability that comes from training and practice. This is I'm going to read this, okay? The Chinese always have something really neat to say. And every once in a while you run into a really cool Chinese story. I like them when they include nature, because I'm really, as I'm growing in my mycological journey, boy, nature is becoming more and more important to me, and I'm more and more connected than I've ever been. And I propose I'll get more connected if I stay on my path. And I don't mind that for one bit. It's a peaceful path. I remember when we were kids, I always wanted to be the Indian, not the cowboy. I did. I wanted to do the sun dance and the rain dance. I did, I'm not joking. When we were kids, I was never the cowboy. I was always the Indian. I remember making a teepee in my backyard. Broomsticks and a blanket. And my poor mom staring out the window at me. My brother running around with a holster and a cowboy hat on, shooting everything. I'm in the backyard, 6 years old, trying to figure out how to smoke a peace pipe. No, I'm kidding. But then I got less connected when I got sick and when I got worried about money and when I got worried about success. I had no touch with nature. None. Indians were the original bee nature, and that's why I'm so connected again, Kim. Have you been working hard in a particular area of your life, but not seeing the results and rewards for your effort? Maybe you've been spending countless hours learning how to trade, researching for stocks, and doing hundreds of trades, but not making the huge profits you expect. Maybe you have been spending hours and hours working on your new business, only to break or lose money every year. Maybe you've spent hours encouraging and tutoring your child, only to see him or her continue to get below average grades. It can often be discouraging. We seemingly do all the right things and nothing happens. But for those who do the right things and are not discouraged and are persistent, things will happen. As a matter of fact, you will be hugely rewarded. Sometimes our rewards come in a different form than we thought they were going to be. We have this dream of this kind of a harvest, but the world brings us a completely different harvest, the correct harvest. Here's a powerful story. Chinese parable. Give me 5 people that want Pops to tell them a Chinese parable about patience. And we're going to learn something that I never knew. Some of you guys may know this, but I never knew this. We got enough people interested? Here we go. To grow the Chinese bamboo tree, it requires a lot of nurturing through water, fertile soil, and sunshine. If you plant a seed, water the tree, and add fertilizer for a whole year, nothing happens. There are no visible signs of growth. In spite of providing all these things, you've spent a year diligently handling this. Water, fertilize, make sure that it's got good sun. After a second year of watering and fertilizing, there is again no growth above the soil. 3 to 4 years, there is still no growth. No sign of anything happening. Nothing to show for all our efforts. Our patience is tested. And we begin to wonder if all of our efforts, caring for and watering the tree, will ever be rewarded. We start to doubt ourselves and question the value of our efforts. Have you ever done that? Inevitably, many people will start to quit. But then, finally, in the 5th year, something amazing happens. The Chinese bamboo tree will grow 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Boom! 80 feet in 6 weeks in the 5th year. But think for a moment. Does the Chinese bamboo tree really grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? Did the Chinese bamboo tree lie doing nothing for 4 years, only to exponentially grow in the 5th year? In fact, the first 4 years, the little tree was growing underground, developing a root system strong enough to support its potential for outward growth in the 5th year and beyond. Had the tree not developed a strong, unseen foundation, it could not have sustained its future tall structure. This same principle is true for success in business, wealth, investing. People who patiently work hard towards mastering their skills and moving towards goals, building strong character while overcoming adversity and challenge, grow the strong internal foundation to actually handle the success when it comes. How many people have we known that had success in certain areas early with no foundation? No foundation. Every one of the lotto story winners, no foundation. Meanwhile, get-rich-quick thinkers usually are unable to sustain unearned sudden wealth. They haven't become the person they need to be to support such success. Had the Chinese bamboo tree farmer dug up little seeds every year to see if it was growing, he would have stunted the tree's growth. In other words, the actions caused by self-doubt would stop or slow down the eventual growth of the tree and ultimately the manifestation of the success. It takes faith to work while you wait. It takes belief in yourself to keep going. It takes confidence to trust that you'll get rewarded. You'll receive a harvest. But that isn't why you're working. Sometimes now, oftentimes later, but always eventually. You have to keep going. You have to practice your skills of patience. The bamboo tree, I didn't know that. 5 years it's kicking around, and all of a sudden, bing! 6 weeks. And it's 80 feet tall. And we walk around and go, oh, look at how fast that grew. We're forgetting about the 5 years of effort, 4 years of effort he put in before that, don't we? We don't see that part because we're in the nosebleeds. Oh, he's lucky. Lucky? Were you there when he was grinding? Let's do one final reading for today. We're getting out of here a little early today, it looks like. Did 4-Leaf do his giveaway? Did 4-Leaf do a lucky giveaway? Help me. Did 4-Leaf do his giveaway? Why am I he hasn't done that, Derek Anderson? 4-Leaf, is he still here? Is 4-Leaf still here? Pop's green table deserves it, being a good father and spending time with his children on a snow day. Done. Green table it is. Greenie. I need your address, bro. I think I needed your address 2 weeks ago and you never sent it. Greenie, send me your address. That's a very, very fine gift, and I appreciate you doing that, 4-Leaf. Sounds great. Great choice. Greenie's a super, super neat guy. Talk about handsome, too. I was going to have a bro crush on him, but then Woz came along. And I was like, Greenie, I can't do you. Okay? I can't do you. I'm Greenie. We'll hang out and stuff, but I'm with Woz for now. Kidding. Wind. Does wind kind of freak you out? Kind of freaks me out if I think about it. Does it ever stop? When's it start? Where's it come from? Where's it go? Will that same wind that blew across here be back in a few months? Same wind. It's gone all the way around. Here it comes again. Or does it blow out, just die, and then a whole new puff comes? I got to study windology more. Windology. I don't understand wind, but I sure like using it when we're talking about nature. Okay? But is it the same? I mean, does the wind recycle? You know what I mean? Or does it die? And we have to get a whole new batch. I don't know. We have to figure, I don't know. I don't know. You must meet the outer world with the inner world, or existence will crush you. There is a wind that keeps blowing since the beginning of time. There's a wind that keeps blowing since the beginning of time. I think I just answered my own question. I just answered it. I guess there is one wind that keeps blowing, and it has been blowing since the beginning of time. It blows in every language that was ever spoken. That's pretty. It blows in every language that was ever spoken. It whispers. That's cool. Winds aren't always real loud, are they? I mean, there's a few winds that get loud, but a lot of the wind whispers, doesn't it? And a lot of it's low level, it's low speed, but it's still blowing. It isn't all hurricanes. You must meet the outer world with your inner world, or existence will crush you. If inner does not meet outer, our lives will collapse and vanish. Though we often think that hiding our inwardness will somehow protect us, it's actually quite the opposite. The heart, this is so pretty. I was reading this morning and I got goosebumps when I read it earlier this morning. I've never pictured this before, but picture it with me as I tell you this. The heart is very much like a miraculous balloon. So we have a balloon. I don't even have to go a lot further and you can already figure it out. A balloon with no air in it's not much good, is it? A balloon without volume. It's a little piece of rubber, right? The heart is very much like a miraculous balloon. Its lightness comes from staying full. Balloons float when they're full, not when they're empty. Meeting the days with our heart keeps the balloon full. Meeting our days with our heart prevents collapse. A lot of us have had collapsed hearts. We have. It comes in the form of anxiety. It comes in the form of depression. It comes in the form of addictions. It comes in the form of loneliness. It comes in the form of isolation. It comes in all of these other forms where we're collapsed, where our hearts aren't ballooned. We're not full of something. Listen to this. This is so pretty. The lightness comes from staying full. This is why, you ready for this? I wish I'd have thought of this. This is why 90-year-old widows remain committed to tending small flowers in spring. Think about that. Old girl, she's still doing her flowers every spring. She's never stopped. And it keeps her heart full. This is why 10-year-olds with very little to eat care for stray kittens, holding them to their skinny chests. That's true. I've seen the pictures. The little kids have absolutely nothing to eat, but they'll share some with their scrawny little kitty. This is why. Because that little kid's heart is full. Hasn't gone empty yet. This is why painters going blind continue to paint. This is why composers going deaf continue to have great symphonies. This is why when we think we can't possibly try again, we let out a sigh, and that sigh is the wind that goes back centuries. And then, despite all those experiences, we inhale and we start again. This is why our hearts are miraculous ballooned. Man, oh man. I want to keep my balloon full. I want to keep my balloon full. And I'm going to do one more small reading here because it's very appropriate to us. Is that not a beautiful reading there, Nerdy? Is that not beautiful? I'm going to read one more little, it's a very small reading, but it's appropriate to us because we're a tea crew. Some of us drink tea, some of us drink coffee, some of us don't drink any of those, but we're a mix. And is tea not a mix? Is tea not a mix? I remember when I first said tea with Pops, I had no idea the word tea meant gossip or whatever. That is what I meant. I just meant we're going to sit around and act like we're drinking coffee and having a talk. And that's how I mean tea. Tea has to be brewed, doesn't it? Tea starts out as a bee nature, doesn't it? It's a plant. Watch this. If we stop to truly consider it, making tea is a miraculous process. First, small leaves are gathered from plants that grow from unseen roots. Then boiling water is drained through the dry leaves. Finally, allowing the mixture to steep creates an elixir when digested that can be healing. We forget about the steeping process, don't we? The whole process is a model for how to make inner use of our daily experience. Is this sounding good to you guys? Should I finish it? There's not much left. We're going to compare making tea to our daily experience. Michael Patterson, I love that. It is alchemy, isn't it? This is good, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Whole process is a model for how to make inner use of our daily experience. For isn't making tea the way we cipher through the events of our lives? Isn't the work of sincerity to pour our deepest attention over the dry bits of our days? Isn't patience the need to let the mixture of inner and outer brew until the lessons are fragrant and soothing on the throat? Man, that's so good. It's so deep. We forget about letting it simmer. It's deep. That's the patience part, which was our weekly, this is our theme this week. It takes patience just to make a cup of tea. Isn't it the heat of sincerity that steams the lessons out of living? Isn't it the heat of those lessons that make us want to sip them more slowly? Yet perhaps the most revealing thing about all this is that no single element alone can produce tea. That's us. None of us alone can do this. Likewise, only by using them together can we make tea of our days and of our sincerity and of our patience. And none of it is healing without a willingness to drink from the tea we make. We're pretty cool at this stuff here, tea drinking kids. We're pretty good at this stuff. I tell you what. Love you guys. Good readings today. We'll do some more patience tomorrow. I'm going to talk about making tinctures tomorrow. And we'll just do everything we can possibly do to have fun, hang out, spend an hour to an hour and 15 minutes together, and just practice growing. We want to be impeccable. We don't want to take things personal. We don't want to have expectations. And we certainly want to do our best on a day-to-day basis, sometimes an hour-to-hour basis. Sometimes our best is being the tree that lets the wind go through. We're not holding on to wind. Let it go through. It's a beautiful day, you guys. Get your names and addresses into Niffer so we can start figuring out what pair of old socks should I send you, okay? Who's getting a pair of Pop's re-gifted socks? Have a great day, Pacers. And Derek Anderson and Marissa. Nice to see you here this morning, Marissa. Thank you. And Mike Baraball and Four Leaf, thank you for being there today. Pacers and Derek and Mike Baraball and Sue Littlemeyer and Arthur G. and Michael Patterson. Hand washes hand. You're such a good man. Herbie and Nerdy and Sandham. Thank you for being here. Evil Joe and Katie and Free and Cleany and Mike Barball and Four Leaf. And Vaggie, Hive Eggs, and Billy D, and Jojo Jolie, and Kingy, and Saskamojo, and Evil, and the Waz Gently Used Socks. Yeah. 4 times, I promise, not more than 4. Do something kind today. Herbs, Marissa, Steven, Summer Wheat, Jimmy Max, Evil, Trenty, Derek Anderson, Nerdy, Mr. Phillips, Waz, Exception, High Exception, Michael Patterson, Sean T. Pacers, Cat Meowzilla, Evil, and Justin's okay. Bud, Four Leaves, send him. It is a great day, my friend. 5280 Page, Mike. Peace. Be kind. Be nature.